What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Look Ahead Show here on Tony'sPicks.com. Here with Vegas Al for you. We're going to break down some college sports today. We're going to break down the college basketball for tomorrow on Thanksgiving. Go check out the last episode there. I gave you guys some look aheads for the Thanksgiving football. But then I also will break down some of Friday and Saturday's college football action on this show. So basically a college type episode here on the Look Ahead Show for today. And the first game we're going to get into, we're going to go to college basketball. We're going to TCU here is 13.5-point dogs facing Florida. I'll make this short and sweet because, I'm a big-time Florida Gators supporter here, and it's not just a biased pick. This team has athletic bigs that can run the floor, and Alex Condon, Thomas Ball, all these types of guys there on the Florida team here, this front court. Can run, can shoot the three. I think that's the difference in this game. Minus 13.5 obviously seems like a big number, but I think it's a big number for a reason. All right, we're back. We're back, guys. All right, so for this next game here, UNLV 3-point favorites here against Rutgers. Not impressed with this Rutgers squad. Just saw them get blown out there. I don't know. I just think at the end of the day, I think UNLV still has enough pieces, enough talent they've gotten in the transfer portal to cover this number. So, yeah, we're laying a 3 here against Rutgers. And this game, this next game here, I'm really excited about. UNC against Michigan State. This one here, Michigan State 2.5-point favorites. I'm looking at Michigan State a little bit. Hard to choose a side on this one because I feel like this is equal talent on both teams here. But a guy I like is Jeremy Fears Jr., the point guard here on Michigan State. This kid's averaging 10 assists per game. Brother's already in the NBA here. Jeremiah Fears, his brother. So, yeah, I like the over 150.5 at the end of the day. I do think both teams get up and down. Both teams shooting at least 35% from three. Would like to see the free throws get knocked down a little more. I think that eventually that will start happening. But at the end of the day, these two teams, I think over. We'll go over 150.5 in the UNC Michigan State game. Again, this one's going to be a quick episode today, guys. Just breaking down some college basketball for Thursday, Thanksgiving. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Hope you guys have a great Turkey Day. And then we'll also break down some college football there on Friday and Saturday. But yes, for UNC Michigan State tomorrow on college basketball, we're taking that over 150.5. And a little bonus prop. We like Jeremy Fears Jr. to get 10-plus assists. Again, averaging 10 assists this year already. Do-it-all point guard, the floor general of this Michigan State offense. Yes, we'll take Jeremy Fears Jr. at the 10-plus assist. All right, on to the next one here. St. Louis, 1.5-point favorites here against Santa Clara. I like St. Louis. Again, a lot of length on this squad, about 4 to 5 guys, 6'7", able to shoot the three. And then obviously the big piece in the middle, Robbie Avila. Can only look St. Louis's way. I feel like this is a buy low price here in this spot. Obviously, Santa Clara is known for the three, known to run fast. That's why the total is kind of high here, total 158.5. But the pick, it's going to be St. Louis. I think too much talent, too much length, and St. Louis gets this one done. No spread yet. Again, we're doing look-ahead lines, guys. I would probably be on the money line instead of laying the 1.5. Do I think they win by more than 1 point? Of course. But let's just be safe. I would do the money line there with St. Louis. On to the next. We got Arkansas taking on Duke, another big-time matchup I'm excited about. Plenty of NBA talent on both teams, clearly. 5 stars littered throughout both of these rosters. But, you look at Duke here, 7-0, 7-0 ATS as well. just a juggernaut early on in the year, beating teams by 60 points in non-conference play. They're handling the teams that they're supposed to. I can only look Duke's way here. Duke minus the 10.5 against Calipari's boys. I'm just really high on this Duke squad. Out the gate, I wasn't, thinking they would be as good as they are, but start the year out 7-0 like this. Yeah, I got to go Duke here, minus the 10.5 against Arkansas. And now we're breaking down some college football here. We got some Black Friday games. We got Ole Miss taking on Mississippi State, total 62.5. Ole Miss laying 7.5. Obviously, there's been a bunch of talk about Lane Kiffin and what's going on. Has that been a distraction this week for the Ole Miss Rebels? We don't really know. But at the end of the day, I think Mississippi State is a competitive, they could play competitive in this game. The Texas game comes to mind. They're kept that one close. And just look at the last recent couple school games outside of the last couple weeks. They've been a competitive football team all year. We got a rivalry spot here. I'm taking the points here. Mississippi State plus 7.5. And if you're crazy enough, a big-time upset. Let's check out the chat real quick. DeAndre here in the chat. What's up, DeAndre? DeAndre's been hitting, man. Check out the leaderboard on Tony's picks. DeAndre's been cashing some tickets here. So, yes, DeAndre, another respected capper here at Tony's picks. Southpaw. What's up, Southpaw? Nice to hear from you, man. I'll be on that morning show more than likely tomorrow. I'll give you guys a lot more action. Tomorrow's kind of a college slate. If you college, obviously, in the NFL. We're breaking down some college football here for Friday and Saturday. Yes, I like Mississippi State on Friday against Ole Miss, plus a 7.5. I think this one's a sneaky game for Ole Miss. Yes, I'm taking the 7.5 points with Mississippi State. Next game we got UGA taking on Georgia Tech. This game here is another one that's a good one here. I'm trying to read the comments real quick. 1 second. Southpaw says he likes the Lions team total over 23.5. I like that game to go under 48.5, but 24-14 gets us there, and you get that team total, Southpaw. I don't know. At the end of the day, I do think both teams are going to pound the rock. Jacobs is going to play now. Try to limit those possessions. Do you want Jahmyr Gibbs to go for 200 yards again? Probably not if you're the Packers. So the way to stop that's limit possessions for the Lions. I've said both of these quarterbacks are game managers. I know the numbers aren't that bad. Touchdown to interception ratio on both of these quarterbacks, Love and Goff, are solid. But again, still game managers, still relying on the run game and the defenses is why I'm on that under there. Just to talk about that, Southpaw brought that up. I'm not mad at the team total over, though. We could get there 24-14, and we both win. I actually lean Lions, so I'm not mad at you thinking about the Lions here to get this one done. It's a revenge spot, too. They lost that opening game there to the Packers. But back to this UGA game here, Georgia Tech, UGA. This one's been a slobber knocker the past couple of years. Obviously, last year's game went to 8 overtimes, 40-something point game between both of these teams. I'm on Georgia Tech here and the points. I know they had a big-time loss there like that last week and what was basically a sandwich spot for them, obviously looking ahead to Georgia. Georgia Tech wins this game with 2 losses and an outright win against Georgia. Yeah, they're still probably in the playoff hunt. Will they get in? I don't know. We'll have to see. They'll need some other things to work out for them. But Georgia Tech plus 13.5, you want to buy the half point, not going to get mad at you. But again, just look at the recent scores these past couple of years. An 8 overtime game last year against Georgia. This one can be very sneaky and very competitive. At the end of the day, I'm not high on this Georgia team. The defense looks like it's taken a step back from Kirby Smart's past couple of teams. And again, not in love with Gunnar Stockton as well. See what the comments think. Yes, you got good picks, Alessandro. Appreciate that, man. It has been cold. It has been cold. I will admit, losing week last week, and then, I had to drop at plus 880 money line on UEFA Champions League. What is it? Bayern Leverkusen got that done for us. Plus 880 on the money line. That'll make up a whole week for you there because we were getting our heads buried last week. And then, that big cash out gets us ahead. Go check out what we got on Tony's Picks. Go check out the profiles on all the cappers. Again, Giandre here in the chat, another respected capper. He has been hitting a lot recently as well. Again, still new to this, guys. I'd like to pull out all the stuff on Tony's picks. I will eventually get there. Believe me. 1 second here. But yes, we're on Georgia Tech in this game. It's a big-time rivalry game. Go look at the past couple recent seasons. And again, I don't think this is a Georgia squad like last year's team or the past couple of seasons here. We're on Georgia Tech plus the 13.5, and what I expect to be a barn burner. Next game here, Texas A&M versus Texas. Anybody that knows me knows I have a little thing for Arch. I think at the end of the day, he gets a lot more hate than he deserves. But can I back Texas here confidently? No. A&M's look like a juggernaut this year. That comeback win there is a telltale sign that they're starting to fade late in the year. And, they have benefited from one of the easier SEC schedules this year. But you could say the same thing about Texas if you look at it. I do think these defenses on both sides of the ball here are going to be elite. That's why I like the under 53.5. Texas's offensive line has been questionable all year long. I can see this A&M defensive line getting in Arch Manning's face. I'm not as low on Arch Manning as the public is. I actually think there's something to work with there, but I'm not confident in backing him in this game. I'm more confident in both of these defenses showing up in this rivalry type game, and this one being more of a 24-21 type game. We'll take the under 53.5 in this one. Check out the comments here again. Texas ball, boo. Yes, Whiskers. We got a first Whiskers appearance here. So we got Ron Crawford coming up in here.
What's up, brother?
What's up, Ron? How you doing, man?
I'm good.
So we're talking Texas A&M, man. What you think about this one?
Yeah, you look at this one. Is Texas A&M really that good?
That's what I'm saying. I want to back Texas here.
Well, you look at their strength of schedule. They kind of it's kind of weak compared to what Texas has been through. It is in Austin, and that's a tough place to play. There is a trend that says that 11-0 or better teams in November going on the road. This kind of applies to actually 3 this week. That's Indiana, Ohio State, and Texas A&M. Man, I don't know. I've been burnt so many times on A&M. They win and win and win, but it just seems like maybe this is the Texas spot, though.
I totally feels like that, especially again with A&M coming back like that a couple of weeks ago. 31 points they gave up there in the first half to South Carolina. Yeah, I like Texas as well, but I was talking about the under 53.5 just because I do think both of these defenses show up here. And obviously Texas's offensive line hasn't looked great all year. We know A&M's good up front. I like 50. What do you think about this total here?
I think it goes under. I think it's a defensive game. I agree with you in that. Yep.
Absolutely. We're breaking down this next one here. Arizona State, another rivalry game here. Another one that's almost at a pick 'em price as well. Arizona, I see, is 1.5 point favorites here against the Sun Devils. I actually went to the over here in this one. We know the quarterback Fafita can throw it around the yard, and I like the running game, especially with the quarterback now Sims that Arizona State has shown. I like the over 48.5. This one to me is a little bit tougher of a game to pick. You don't know really what you're going to get out of Jeff Sims through the air. That's my concern about wanting to back Arizona State. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Fafita's been good. That was a crazy ending last year. Remember that one, man?
Yep.
We got him off the field, then got him back on the field, and then Dillingham says, "Hey, it's over with." But I still got to go with the home dog here. Jeff Sims has been, even when he was at Georgia Tech, real good quarterback there. So I would have to stick with the home dog plus 1.5 in this one.
I like that as well. Absolutely. That's where I was looking. And also like the over in that game, a little bit of high scoring in this one. And then now we're getting to some Saturday college football. This show's almost about over. We broke down some Turkey Day college basketball already. We're just breaking down some look aheads here in college football, Ron. This next game, though, is a barn burner for sure. Ohio State, Michigan. I see 9.5 here. Ohio State's having a lay there in Ann Arbor. I'll be short and sweet. I like Michigan here plus the points. I just can't get here laying with this freshman quarterback. We got 2 freshman quarterbacks, really. What do you call it? Julian saying here and obviously the kid Underwood out of Michigan. I think Underwood can do enough to keep this one close. Another possible defensive type game here, a low total, again, 43.5. What do you like in this one, Ron?
I mean, even when we saw last year them go in the national championship, win that thing, they still lost to Michigan, and that was kind of a springboard to get them going into it. But, man, that's like a house of horrors for – actually, Michigan's been a house of horrors for Ohio State. But, yeah, I think it's too many points at the big house. I got to take the Wolverines here. I think it's going to be a lot. I do think Ohio State wins it, though. I think it's maybe a 4 or 5 point game, somewhere around there. But
right. You got a 23.
Something crazy will happen where they going for a 2-point conversion. It'll be a weird number. Yeah.
What, 23-20 type game, maybe?
Yeah,
Gets
22-20. Yeah, 26-20, something like that. Even maybe an overtime game. I just don't think 2 possessions. And like I said, that trend fits Ohio State on the road. You don't want to lay it with a undefeated team on the road in November. You just don't do it. So,
and a freshman quarterback.
That's true. Well,
so, yeah, I like that as well here with Michigan plus the 9.5, plus 10 if you want to buy the half point. Obviously, you need to line shop. Check out these comments real quick.
All right.
Just relax, Mr. Auburn. Michigan win outright. That's obviously from Mr. Whiskers there.
Definitely.
Mr. Auburn. That's what he calls you. Hey, Auburn has been cashing us out in college basketball. That's all I know. They got it done against Oregon. That was one.
Yeah, I had them tonight against St. John's. So yeah,
that was another one there. So there you go. But okay, on to this next one here, college football. Miami Hurricanes at Pitt here, laying 6.5 points, total 49.5. This one, you could look Miami's way for sure. That is, as far as side, that's probably where I'd be looking. But I think a safer bet is actually going over 49.5. This freshman quarterback here for Pitt, Heinschul or wherever, has put up some numbers this year. I'm expecting a good performance out of Beck. You know he can be hit or miss sometimes. He can have a 4-interception clunker, or he can go out and throw 4 touchdowns. But I think we see some points in this one. I'll take the over 49.5 in Miami Pitt. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. Pitt's coming off that upset Georgia Tech there. They should be a letdown spot. I think Miami takes it over here. There's still so many scenarios with Virginia and everybody trying to get that ACC championship, and we'll see what happens with Miami. But I think Miami gets it done on the road to Pitt.
I like it. He's on Miami. I like Miami as well. Like the over as well on that one. Now we're on to Oregon and Washington. This one minus 6.5 for Oregon. A little bit of a high total, if you ask me, at 51.5. I still like Oregon here, minus 6.5. I like what the makeup of this team is against a team like Washington here. Again, not really in love with either quarterback, if I'm being honest. Dante Moore hasn't really impressed me that much this year. But I think talent for talent, I'll take Oregon's roster over Washington. And obviously a lot still to play for Oregon. I'm laying the 6.5 here. What about you?
I like that under. You look at Oregon playing USC last week, and USC doesn't have a defense. We know that. We are seeing a defense now, and with Washington, it's really a tough place to play there. I mean, Oregon is the better team. I'm not gonna get any way around that. But Washington can give them hell, and could here. But definitely a lower scoring game. I'll take the under.
Take the under one or under 51.5. I like that as well. And yes, I do lean Oregon in that matchup. All right, next one here, another barn burner. A great weekend of football we got. Vanderbilt at Tennessee in Neyland Stadium here. Pavia versus Aguilar. Exciting quarterback matchup as well. I'm on the dog here. I like Vanderbilt plus the 3.5. I think in a big-time game like this, I think Pavia has the more experience in these type matchups. I know Aguilar's at home, so, it should be a little bit easier for him. But I just can't trust Aguilar in this spot. I like Vanderbilt here plus the 3.5, if not outright. What do you like here in this one?
Yeah, I mean, you can't go against Vanderbilt. What they've done all season, everybody said, "Oh, they're a fraud. They're a fraud." My Auburn Tigers went in there, lost in overtime. We should have won that game. The Texas thing, I had Texas, and for some reason they gave that 2-point conversion to Vandy in that one, and then pushing in that game. But I got to disagree. I mean, I think it's a tough place. Neyland Stadium's a tough place to play. and the history between them, they always play very tight between the two. So I'm going to have to lean with the Vols. But, yeah, 3.5, I don't like that hook. I don't know what the money line is, probably 170 or so. But, yeah, I'm just going to have to lean to Tennessee. I think Tennessee's probably just too much offense for them. Their defense is not going to be able to stop that offense. And you got one of the best offenses in the SEC with Tennessee. I got to go the Vols.
I will probably say talent and recruiting wise, probably the edge is still to Tennessee. Obviously, still the big boy school in that state. I don't know. I like Vanderbilt. Am I crazy about it? No, but again, the pick for me is Vanderbilt. Not mad at Ron wanting to be on the Vols here. He's talking about maybe getting a -3 if you can, or looking at the money line with the Vols at home here in a big rivalry game. What do you think about this total? To me, 65.5 is I get it. I could see both of these teams getting near the 40s. I think you can only look over in this one as well.
No, I agree. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you there. But the thing about, and like you said, I mean, what kind of helps you out with the Vanderbilt pick? If you look at Vanderbilt, like I said, last year it was 36-23. So we'll see. We'll see with Tennessee at home this time. It's just they cover at home, man. They just love to cover at home. But Vanderbilt is 7-1 on the road as a dog. So I mean, I can see where you're looking at Vandy. But yeah, I think it goes over. That Oklahoma game is kind of an anomaly to me with Tennessee. I thought that should have been more high scoring in that one. But we had a couple turnovers late. They got it up there, but. Yeah, definitely. Let's go over in this one.
Absolutely. Yes, this game is spotlighted, Whiskers. Absolutely. Those public games, they can get you, that's for sure. All right, the final game, and then I actually scoot right back up to college basketball just to get some of your takes on the college basketball for tomorrow. But real quick, last college game I'll break down. A little bit of a homer game for me to talk about here. Florida and Florida State, the big rivalry game here. I know Florida hasn't looked good this year, but I'll still go to the Florida Gators plus the 1.5. It sounds crazy, but I'd take DJ Lagway over Thomas Castellanos any day of the week. I do think the Gators defense shows up again in this rivalry spot. Yeah, give me the Gators plus 1.5 here. What do you think in this one?
The Gators at home, you got to go to the Swamp. I know what – I mean, if you look at what Florida State has done on the road this year, it's not good. It really isn't. And we saw it against NC State. The only thing I'm really hesitant about not going against them is that loss to NC State last week. But the Gators, man, they look like crap against Kentucky. And I told my friend, I was like, you know what? They didn't show crap. And they're going to show it all this week. And they sure did. They came to play in the last game. But, yeah, at the Swamp, let's end the season on a high note. You got to take the Gators. At this line, you got to take the Gators. There's no way I'd look any other way.
All right. Well, we're both on the Gators. Hopefully that comes through for us there. I like it. Florida Gators there plus the 1.5 or money line if you want. Real quick, let me just get your takes here on we'll go right back to the Florida Gators. We're talking about college basketball here for tomorrow on Thanksgiving. TCU 13.5-point dogs here against Florida. I was talking about laying here with Florida. I just think there's still too much talent on this Florida roster. Those two bigs, Condon and Ball, they're able to run the floor and obviously shoot the three. Still plenty of offensive weapons on their perimeter as well for the Gators. I think there's too much here talent-wise. I'll lay the 13.5 with Florida. Over 151.5 probably as well. I could see this one getting up and down. What do you think about this one, Ron?
Yeah, I was just going to say I like the over and any kind of Florida with that run and gun offense they got there. But, yeah, TCU, you never know what's going to happen with them. They got good defense this year. I worry about the Gators shooting the three because they're really good defending the three for TCU. But again, I think it's a 5 or 6. What's the line? 13 now?
13.5. It is a big number.
Yeah.
I don't like TCU's what is
that's
it?
In
front
San
court,
Diego.
backcourt.
Well, that's in San Diego too. It's one of them tournament games. Yeah. The only thing that worries, Florida's going to out-rebound the crap out of them. That's going to happen.
Right.
And that's second chance points for me. So, Yeah, I mean they're out rebounding what 20-3. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd lean for the Gators there. I think with the second chance points, just don't turn the ball over because they do like to turn the ball over. So I'd worry about that.
Absolutely. So all right, 13.5 over 151.5 here in Florida. Right here to UNLV and Rutgers here in college basketball. What do you think about here in this one? I'm on UNLV here minus the 3. Just can't get behind Rutgers, how they've been playing recently, getting blown out there. I'm on UNLV minus 3.
Yeah, the only problem I have with UNLV is their defense, man, giving up 47% from field. But again, it's early in the season. Can't really look at all that yet. But, yeah, there's a reason UNLV is favored. And this one's going down at home, in Las Vegas, even though they're the quote-unquote road team in this one.
Right.
They shoot the 3, and again, they only shooting 29% right now, but Rutgers gives it up almost 40% from 3. So, yeah, I think UNLV is probably the player. Again, a money line minus 140 in that one.
All right, I like that as well. Yes. This one here, another great game here. UNC versus Michigan State. This one here, I actually gave a prop out. I like Jeremy Fears Jr., 10-plus assists. This kid's averaging 10 assists this year. Elite floor general here for this Michigan State squad. We've already cashed a couple times on this here. And I also like the over 150 in this game. I think plenty of 5-star type talent on both of these rosters, able to score. Yeah, give me the over 150.5 in this one. I'm going to be a wimp and not choose a side in this one. What about you?
Yeah, every year, we see this in that Jimmy V Classic, those 4 teams, Kansas, Duke, North Carolina, Michigan State. Kind of wish they'd continue those after the first round, but they never do. So we get North Carolina, Michigan State. I like the over as well. I think 150.5 is way too low. I'm seeing 170s here. Easily.
Game in the 80s for sure.
Yep.
All right, and then this one here, I picked this one because I like St. Louis minus 1.5 in this. I think this one is a buy low spot. Again, I like St. Louis's roster, a couple 6'7" guys on the wing, and then that can shoot the 3 as well.
Got Goggles still there, right?
Oh yeah, and they still got Robbie Avila, Mr. Goggles. So I'm on St. Louis minus the 1.5. The total again 158. That's because Santa Clara is going to get up and down and try to shoot the 3. I just think again that those long wings there for St. Louis is the difference in this game. That's why I like St. Louis minus 1.5. Any thoughts on this one, or not one you really looked at?
It's in Claire's backyard. That's the only thing I worry about. I had Claire earlier. Broncos didn't come through for me. They got beat outright actually on the game that I had them on. So I got no opinion on this one, but I think it gets up and over. There's some pretty high scoring. 157 is kind of low. Yep. So I think it gets up and over.
Not mad at that one either. We're almost done here. A couple more college games, and I'll get on out of here. We're at it for basketball, at least. We're on the Arkansas-Duke game. This actually is the last game we'll break down here for the night. Arkansas plus 10.5 here against Duke. Duke 7-0 this year, 7-0 ATS as well. In non-conference play, some of these teams that they're supposed to beat, they've just been bludgeoning by 50, 60 points. This is a lot tougher spot. Arkansas definitely has the talent to hang with Duke, but I got to just roll with what the trend is saying here. Duke minus 10.5. What do you think about this one? Yeah,
Cal comes in here. You know what he can do, but yeah, you're right. Duke is, they really stretched it out this year, shooting 52% from the field, 37 from 3. But I look for both defenses to step up here. I think 157.5 might be a little too high. I'm seeing this one probably in the 146 range. So 72 70s kind of game. But I would lean Arkansas. I think Coach Cal will have them ready to go. Plus that 10.5, but I do lean the under 157.5.
Yep, Duke. I mean, is Duke going to just continue to cover every single spread here? And then 10.5 is a lot here against Arkansas has plenty of talent on this roster.
So look at the coaching difference here. I mean,
Yeah. I don't know. I like Shire as a coach. Obviously, the experience is still on Calipari's side. Mm-hmm. I've been more of a Calipari's more of a recruiter than an X's and O's type coach. that could be the difference in this game. But I'm on Duke. If I'm not mad at Ron being on the plus 10.5, again, there is some value on the Arkansas side. Were you saying you're on the under 156? I'm not mad at that either. You're saying a game in the 70s?
Yeah, I'm on the under in this one. They're both defenses are outstanding, only giving up 28% from three. Really not turning the ball over or anything. So I really like the under in this one.
Yep. Absolutely. Yes. No Dan Hurley for sure. A great recruiter, but you got to also put these guys in position to win here. But I think that's about it as far as what we got broken down. We talked some college football here. I appreciate Ron joining me first time here on the Look Ahead Show. Check us out, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. out on the West Coast. We will give you guys some look ahead lines. Tomorrow's show will be regular, all the next day type action I'll be breaking down, but not a lot to work with tomorrow on Thanksgiving. We obviously got the football games. I've already broken that down the last couple episodes, and then tons of college basketball. If you're a college basketball fan, tomorrow is your day. But any last words out of you, Ron? What do you think, man?
Yeah, we're going to bust in. There's going to be a morning show, obviously, and then we're going to bust in right after the first game. Myself, Rod, and whoever else wants to come, and Brian. Today, I didn't have internet. Damn Cox, hate him. Killed my internet, and Rod was driving somewhere in Calgary, so he's probably in a snowstorm right now. And then Brian was on the road, so we had to forego the show happy hour today, but we will be back during, like I said, during intermission after the Detroit Pack game before the Chiefs and the Cowboys. That'll give us a few games to look at, including we were going to look at some Friday games as well in college football, but definitely we got a big one with Memphis and Navy going tomorrow night. And then, of course, you got your couple college basketball games for tomorrow. So we'll be ready to go. Happy hour will be right around end of the first game tomorrow.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that. But yeah, that'll be it, guys, for the Look Ahead Show. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And, of course, check out what we got on Tony'sPicks.com. And let's make tomorrow a winning day, guys. Peace.
Good luck, everybody.